have the New Day. What we call
Love Express.
Yeah, certainly. So I know that all of you are excited about this. So the good thing about it, as you cash out through the short code star 439, you also get to win a lot. And then throughout our Love Express period up to the 14th of February, right here on TV3Newday, you're able to nominate a couple who have been in a relationship for up to about 15 years, and we want to have some great time with them that Valentine Day or the 14th. And so make sure that star 439 hash becomes your ultimate short code to make sure you get to have a lot of credit. Good morning to you. How are you?
Good morning. I'm great.
Yeah.
I'm trying to follow, your example, and we're brightly colored clothes. So
no, but today
you wore pink yesterday, so I wore pink today.
Okay,
so I thought you were going to continue.
I'll
with a love theme.
I'll start on Monday.
You start on Monday.
Yeah, I have shortages in the wardrobe, so.
Oh, I see. I saw a tweet earlier today that said that there aren't a lot of red items and dresses on sale this year like you'd normally see on Valentine or pre-Valentine's Day in previous years. You see all the boutiques displaying red outfits and red clothes and so on, but it looks like this year we've slowed down a bit. We have things to worry about.
Well, certainly. And it hasn't been good because I think that from our own experiential moment, you'll find that a lot more people will call certain individuals for Momo, especially through January, and you think that by now in February it should reduce. It's not reducing.
No, it's not.
And even those who are having dependents, that is those that we depend on, also would have to have a lot of things to grapple with, and it's never easy out there. So the purchasing power of many people are still reduced, and you can see it from the agitations about the new taxes, etc.
And in times like this, when we have serious economic challenges.
Yeah, we do. Even though the government fails to admit it, we do.
Well, we're going to be hearing from the Vice President today.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that.
We're looking forward to
hearing. Are you the one moderating?
No, I'm not the one moderating, but we'll be listening and watching, from here. And we're looking forward to hearing his plans for his government, should he become president should it be voted in come December 7th or November 7th or whenever we decide to hold elections. So we're looking forward to that conversation, and we are eager to know what your expectations are ahead of his presentation. He's going to unveil his plans for his government. Many have said that, well, he's been vice president for over 7 years, and so what different is he going to present? But he said he's going to be his own man, and he's going to present something new. What would it be? What are your expectations? Do you have any new expectations at all? Would like you to tell us. So you can comment on our Twitter feed. We've put out an artwork asking you what your expectations are. So we'll read them as we go. But of course, that's our question for this morning segment. And we'd like you to call us and tell us what your expectations are ahead of his reading. It will be around 4 p.m. today. We'll bring it to you live. But ahead of that, what are you expecting him to talk about on taxes, on digitalization, on education? We know there's a lot of labor problems right now. A lot of education workers are going on strike, university workers, TEU, and so on. What are your expectations in labor and especially education right now? What are expectations with taxes? What are expectations with the digitalization system that the Vice President has spoken so much about? So let us know as soon as we activate the phone lines.
Well, certainly. I think there's some key considerations, and some of us have come under regular bashing. I'm sure you've had your own experiences over the period. Depends on how you moderate a show to the acceptance levels of individuals. And of course, I myself, Johnny, and everybody else, we tend to get it intermittent. Over the weekend, it's been quite extensive. And of course, I made a post on the cocoa importation. etc.
Cocoa beans.
People thought that I just did a post without making inquiries, but nobody does that. The reality is that we have a lot of difficulties on our hands. We're even struggling to get to the pre-2017, that would be the 2016 levels when we went to the IMF, because we went to the IMF in 2015. We're struggling to get to that level. And the government's own proposal to the IMF itself says that, well, we will try and get to that level by 2032, because we have to make sure that we defer payment. We restructure our own liabilities to those that we've borrowed from. And that gives us a key indication that the government needs to come out clearly to make an admission that all this talk about we're turning the corner and some of those idiomatic expressions that we tend to use are not the real issues that will be confronting you. And it's very busy, and I keep saying this all the time. If you know that you live in a household and your expenses are more than what you generate, or you're going to bring
expenditure.
in, it is a very basic thing. Instead of rationalizing it on national TV to say, oh, you constantly have electricity, you constantly have schools that are free for your children, you constantly have road repairs or new roads being constructed. No. What about coming really in front of the citizen to say, I'm not going to have a number of these constructions ongoing. I have to halt certain projects because we have to make sure that we live in an austere atmosphere. Then we can make a lot of gains. Then subsequently, we will be in a position to say that we are able to turn the corner. Yeah. We haven't turned the corner. Individuals are really feeling the pinch, unless maybe we don't want to be realistic. You see, the good thing about the current state of the economy is that we're just not speaking out of speaking notes, or let's say we've gone to look at Bank of Ghana data or independent data from academic institutions or civil society organizations, our own research to make a position. Yeah. We are reliving the moment of the hard times. And the vice president has a question to answer.
A lot of them.
I remember that when he was elected, I said he started talking way back in 2008. It's not because anybody thinks that what he was saying was wrong, but he was giving a value proposition or a proposal which was adverse to what the normal status quo was. So he gave us a dream. You give us a whet appetite, and you are not able to feel that hunger since you came into office. Yes, the first 3 years were okay, but when COVID struck, then we should have known that the reality has hit. So we need to take a break, look at our finances, and then be real to the people, and then we'll be on a steady footing. If you compare us to the other people in the sub-region or the other countries who are our peers, they seem to have been managing their finances before COVID than we were doing. And that is why we find ourselves. Not that going to the IMF was a difficulty, but you going on a stretcher whilst you were at the ICU is the problem.
We have a caller on the line. Our phone lines are now active. It's time for This Morning. We're asking what are expectations ahead of Dr. Bawumia's speech, where he would be outlining his vision for the country. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, sir. What is your name? Yes, what's your name?
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Unveils. I'm calling from Kolkata Mountain.
You're welcome to the show. What are expectations ahead of Dr. Bawumia's address?
We know you like the past 74, and we know the things that you have the lecture includes at the Central University, etc., across Ghana. I think there's nothing new there, we know it's already. So for me, I don't waste my time to really go to we have nothing new to offer us. Nothing at all. Just to try to get prepared and make the things for someone to take it out of you. That's all. So, thank you very much.
Thank you so much for calling. You can also call us and let us know what your expectations are today. At 4 p.m., we'll be hearing from the Vice President, the flag bearer of the New Patriotic Party, Dr. Bawumia. He's going to be outlining his visions for us. He's campaigned and spoken extensively on digitalization, on taxation. He says he's moving the NPP government was going to move the country from taxation to production, and seeing all the many taxes that Ghanaians have been saddled with over the years, especially in recent times. The question on the minds of a lot of Ghanaians is what happened to that promise and the many other promises, and where is the production? As a lot of production companies now are crying about the cost of production and taxes that they have to pay in order to be able to put their goods on the market. Well, we have Maxwell on the line now calling from Kumasi. Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Hi, Maxwell. You're welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me. And good morning to you, Mr. Roland.
Morning.
You see, concerning what the Vice President
is about to do today. I don't expect anything good from him because it is going to be the same rhetoric. Someone that came out to promise us and said all manner of things when he was in opposition. But when the scepter of leadership was given to them, they could not do anything to alleviate the problems of Ghanaians. Most of our people today are suffering. People cannot even travel, pay ordinary transport, fares to travel where they are going to. Formally, I would have loved to listen to him if he will be able to take us back where they took us from. Then I'll be able to listen to him. But as long as they are not taking us back to where they took us from, I will not have the zeal to listen to him. Thank you so much, and God bless you for the good work you are doing.
Thank you for calling us, Maxwell. You can also call us. Let us know what your expectations are, if any. You have some messages to read?
Well, I have a couple of messages. This one is coming from Prince Henry in Kofodia, who says that looking at the current state of the economy, there are key questions that we expect the Vice President to answer. The promises he made prior to coming to office, the initial gains that he announced publicly while in office as Vice President, and why now he is trying to detach himself from all that has happened. Will he take advantage and tout the project that have been done by his administration, but decide not to be responsible for those that are not? We have Mo Ajima says, we are just going to hear vocabulary from Dr. Bawumia, nothing more than that. And then we have Edem Ohau, who says, I don't expect anything from the Vice President, who has been part of this oven economy. we find ourselves, which is created by government, which it has been part of for more than 7 years. So he's created, he's gone for a newly created thinking cap, which contains a new solution to the Russia, Ukraine, COVID, and NDC created problems. The Vice President's song is finished. We are awake for any Wagadre speech.
All right, we have a caller on the line. Hello, Anan.
Hello, Na.
Good morning, Anan. You're welcome to the show.
Good morning. Good morning, and thank you.
What are your expectations?
Na, do you know what my expectation this morning or this afternoon? I'm expecting him to come and tell us that he's very sorry that he did that lecture since 2016, 2015 there. He's very sorry to us. And also, all the achievements that he's even claiming that he brought it, that like the digitalization system in Ghana, he came and met John Mahama, built the Accra Digital Center. So he only came in with the installation of the institution. He didn't brought anything like digitalization to this country. So he's sorry to us. He's apologized to us. That's what I'm expecting him to come and do this evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Anan, for that call. Aziz Donla from WA says, good morning to you and your crew. Bawumia promised moving the country from taxation to production. It's now taxation to taxation. More so, Chapter 12, page 131 of the NPP 2016 manifesto talks about good governance, fighting corruption and accountability. However, the current Corruption Perception Index ranking isn't surprising at all because this government is not only corrupt but incredibly dangerous when it comes to siphoning resources of the country. Change is necessary. All right. We have more messages on our Twitter feed, so you can go and answer the question, what are expectations ahead of Dr. Bawumia's speech this evening? Maunyo says, I hope he's able to answer the 170 claims today. And he's added a screenshot of Dr. Bawumia's post, all right, from 2016. Kevin Salome says, lies, nothing for him to say again. Yusuf says, please, I'm expecting nothing new. Kwabna says, same old story. Daniel has now joined us on the phone lines. Hello, Daniel.
Yeah, good morning.
Welcome to the show, Daniel.
Good morning. Yeah. I'm not expecting Dr. Bawumia to come and say something better to us because he will come and stand there and be preaching like someone who is preaching on the market. You don't have anything to offer, so I'm not expecting any good thing from Dr. Bawumia this today.
You are not expecting anything. All right.
Anything good.
Okay. Thank you.
So I will not waste my time to listen to you.
Eric
right.
from
Thank you for the
Ashali
call.
Botre says, Alan has said it all, that Bawumia is tired. He has nothing to offer. Ghanaians cannot feed well again because of poverty. And, and you know, I have my friend, Mr. Richard, who says that industries across various industrial enclaves, especially in Tema, have been reeling under great difficulties. They watch as new companies formed in Ghana are given tax rebates under so-called 1D1F, while existing companies that contributed to the fortunes of Ghana are made to lie idle and die. And that should have been a concern to government, right? I have this one from Isa from Tema. Said Dr. Bawumia has nothing to offer. It's the usual rhetoric, nothing day in sight. All right, let's see how that goes.
All right, you can also call us and let us know what your thoughts are. William is joining us on the line now from Cape Coast. Good morning, William.
Good morning, madam.
Yes, you're welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. We live with faith. The Bible said the just shall live by faith.
Okay.
Hello?
Yes.
Thank you. The Bible said the just shall live by faith. And so if you don't have faith, then you crumble and completely goes off. And so we're hoping that there will be a restructure of things and there will be a reconstruction of all that has gone bad. But actually, this country, what we need now is that we have to destroy we have to cut off every political party now. There should be no political parties.
Really?
What we have to do now, yes. What we have to do now is to do non-party democracy, which is very, very possible. Non-party democracy.
How does that work?
If I have time to explain, then we can do that.
I can give you a minute.
All the parties will no more exist. But we should be, we should be able to go to the institutions like the universities, the army, the police, all the institutions, and get people around. And then we see how we can get people, to head various organizations or the ministry. If we want to vote, then we get people we don't get political party members, but we get those who are not in the political parties or who are not interested in political parties, but rather they stand on their own.
Okay.
From the various organizations,
okay.
Maybe the army, the police, the other institutions, the universities.
Okay.
And then we vote for the heads.
All right.
So it's going to be a non-party democracy.
So like a union government
we need
sort
in Ghana. We should go back to the constitution and call up this constitution, reorganize the constitution, and start afresh.
Right.
That is right.
Yeah.
That's what we need in Ghana here.
Okay.
All right, Maxwell. Thank you for the call.
Yeah.
Well, it reminds me about what we wanted to do prior to 1979, Unigo, our formation. All right. So George Alote also says, please, Roland, let the NDC know that Ghana is moving in the right direction with DMB 2024. It is possible, coming in the fray. Mahama should step down because he will lose heavily with 37%. All right. And then we have Sherry Giovanni. I'm expecting the vice president to exonerate himself from his economic conundrum and present himself as a messiah we should expect. And
Jaron Spencer Clement says, there's nothing better to hear. Mark Jordan says, it's time for Bawumia to spill the beans and reveal the shocking truth about the NPP's debt contributions during their 7-year reign. No more hiding. It's time to come clean. Rick says, I'm not expecting anything sensible, just lies. And then Nee says, respectfully, he should just wrap it up nicely. And okay, I don't think where you want him to shove it is TV friendly this morning. All right. Seriously now, we are not expecting anything better. Should we really watch this? Let him do this in peace and go away. We're just tired. All right, these are messages coming in. Taliban says he's going to spew nothing but a new set of lies to hoodwink the people. But we're not going to, it's not going to work this time around because right now people are wide awake. The economy is just a mess. And as a chairman of the Economic Management Committee, he's not man enough to accept his responsibility. Such a weak man. In quote, we have the men.
Okay. Dr. Bawumia shouldn't focus on John Mahama at all. He should spend all the time on himself, his plan, his vision, and his different way of governance. When his speech ticks these boxes for me, I believe we can set the ball rolling from there. That's Gaiji, Cantonments, Accra.
All right, and Aziz Donla from WA again says, do you remember researchers are suffering, nurses are suffering, market women are suffering, pregnant women are suffering, etc.? He should give us the real state of our economy. That's what he should do. Okay. So these are some of your messages coming in, and thank you for your calls as well. We cannot take any more calls, but we're grateful for the ones that came in. And this morning, remember you can cash out by dialing *439#, *439#, select option 2, and that's TV3. Then you follow the prompts. You can win 1,000 Ghana cedis this morning if you are on MTN or on Vodafone. So *439#, select option 2 for TV3. Follow the prompts and win. So after this morning, after Johnny's Bite, let's go into the rest of what we have for you on the show today. We're going to continue with big issues after Johnny's Bite. And of course, our first topic is expectations as the Vice President, Dr. Bawumia, outlines his vision as presidential candidates for the NPP. And then we're also going to be looking at the labor issues from education workers in the industry.